everybody, what's going on? BlazeHood here, coming at you with another Naruto Shinobi collection video. Alright, this time we're gonna be doing something a little different. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm gonna do a top 10 video of the courage units in this game. Now this top 10 video will be from the game's creation, pretty much when the game started, to September 4th, 2018. I'm recording this video now. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna use the database to help me out. I'm gonna flick through it. And we're going to go through them. Now in this top 10 list, they're going to be in random order. It doesn't really matter, you know, top 10 shit like that. It's just a random order. It'll prevent arguments, and you know, characters that should have been on the list probably won't be on the list. Who cares about any of that shit? This is just going to be a top 10, not in any random order unit list thing. So let's start it off with this. Alright, we're going to go straight into my nigga Mike guy. He just came out, and I'm glad he came out because I would have been mad if I had uploaded this and then like a day later he came out. So I'm glad he's out now. Now look at this, man. He is an absolute beast. If you came through the live stream of the damaging event I did for him, he was an absolute monster. He showed his ass and everything. It was amazing, and I recommend anybody summoning for him. Now you guys can see clearly what he does. He's tied you to, he's your guy, it's fastest, char cost is 10. What it does is deal 2% attack damage, ignoring 70% defense to one enemy. He'll deal 75 the damage while under the charging flow. He'll remove the charging flow afterwards. So you pretty much have to charge this up every time you use his first skill. His second skill is Taijutsu, 8 enter gates formation, gate of death, it's fastest, char cost is 80. What it does is his own speed gets buffed by 100%. He'll grant the charging flow state. The charging flow state, his basic attack always crits. His crit damage gets buffed by 2000%, and he'll increase the counter every time it's used. The max counter is 4. The attack gets buffed by 2500%, and char cost gets buffed by 100%. Per stacks, the max is 4, like I just said. So keep that in mind. You have to charge this up 4 times before you can actually use it to its maximum potential. He's an absolute monster, and he'll be pretty good against Kaguya in PvP, I think, because his basic attacks always crit and they always hit, I think. So you should be able to use him in PvP. So I'm probably gonna put him on my PvP team with Minato, Itachi, and maybe somebody else. That team is gonna be absolute cancer. Jesus Christ, PvP is getting cancerous. I'm gonna use him, that way I can shut down any Kaguyas that come through. His second, let's get into his abilities. His leader skill is Living Crimson of the Burning Flicker. All characters attack and Taijutsu skill damage 80%, which is, you know, a pretty good leader skill, but you know, godlies have better leader skills, and I feel like there's other units in the game with better leader skills than that, but it's still a good leader skill. You know, if you got him and Rock Lee's and maybe Taijutsu type Sakuras on the team. His ability 1, limit break, basic attack always hits when HP is above 70%, so keep that in mind. He's not like the other Might guys that they decrease their attack, and not attack, but HP after every time they use their first skill. So you know, that's pretty good too. And his God of Taijutsu, 150% chance to dodge skills. Jesus Christ, he's a dodge master. He's like the Ultra Instinct. He's Ultra Instinct guy. We're just gonna call him that. We're gonna call him Ultra Instinct guy. That's gonna be his new nickname. Ultra Instinct guy. He can dodge skills like crazy. He can hit hard as fuck. He's an absolute monster, and I can't wait to see what he can do in PvP against Kaguya, to see if my suspicions of what he can do is correct. Now I don't think the gear side is updated. Nah, it's not, but it's alright because his new gear is coming out, so this is pretty relevant to what it is now. But let's get on to this next unit. The next one. Hagoromo Otsutsuki. Now, this one was a pretty interesting pick. I feel like I could have put somebody else on the team, but yeah, I chose him. But oh yeah, I forgot to say this at the beginning. This list is not gonna have godlies or EX destroyers on it. I feel like I can do that for a separate video, and of course, the list would just be full of, you know, godlies. Like you would have 2 godly Kaguyas. You would just it would just be crazy. So I'm not putting EX destroyers or godlies on this list because they would. Especially God leads, I mean, it's in the name, God lead. It's kind of not fair to compare a festival unit to a God lead. It's really just, it's not fair. So this is just all festival units. Now let's get into this list right here. Sage Lightning Piercing Fist. It's fast, char cost 90. What it does is deal 7% plus 100,000 to one enemy with a chance to paralyze. He'll remove enemy buffs and deal 7 times damage while under the wound state. His second skill is Unique Forgiveness. It's fastest, char cost 80. What it does is recover 50,000 HP and a tremendous amount of chakra to all allies. This is part of the reason I put him on this list. own cast speed gets buffed by 2, and he'll grant the full moon state. In the full moon state, incoming skill damage gets reduced by 50%. He'll recover 50% chakra and HP whenever he's attacked. So it's kind of hard to kill him, especially if you start getting the fucking random enemies that like the basic attack. Part of the reason I put them on the list is, like I said, he's an amazing fucking support. He can paralyze, and on top of that, he can cover a shit ton of fucking health and chakra. He's a monster as far as support goes. Now let's get into his abilities. His leader skill is Sorrowful Threshold through Lightning. None-type characters HP regen and chakra recovery plus 20%. That's an alright leader skill. You know, it depends on who you ask about that leader skill. But personally, I think it's I wouldn't run it as a leader skill. But ability 1, Enlightenment of the Third Eye, speed plus 25% per none-type allies. And then ability 2, Acquisition of Sage Power for 2 turns, cast speed is plus 2. So that'll put his speed on fast isn't flash, discipline. So all this should be on flash, especially if you get the gear that came out with the first Hagoromo. I think one of them, the staff, was a cast speed gear. So, or was it a cloak? I think it was a cloak. Was it a cloak? Yeah, I think it was a cloak. Yeah, I think it was a cloak that gave him cast speed. But yeah, the cast speed gear on him, so he'll be on flash, he'll be fast as hell, and he'll be able to hit a card as correct. It's fucking, he's a good support. He's a good support. Let's get on. Ooh, this fucking guy right here, man. Woo. Minato. Y'all know I had to put him on the list, right? Come on now, he was in a damaging event. A lot of these units that are on this list are courage type. You ever notice that in damaging events, courage types are always the units that you find in a damaging event? That's part of the reason I decided to do courage units first. I feel like it would have been an easier list to do because they're on damaging events, so you know they're going to be broken as hell. So, had to put my boy Minato on here. Absolute cancer. That's what we should call him too, absolute cancer. His first skill is Space Time, Rasen Senko Chorin Boku Sashinki. I think I said that right. I might have butchered the fuck out of it, but it's fastest, char cost is 90. What it does is deal 400,000 fixed damage to one enemy with a high chance to inflict a flash disorder state. In the flash disorder state, the increased counter increased every time the state is inflicted. Cast speed -1 and speed -40% per stack. The max stack is 3. So you can drop someone's cast speed by 3 and their speed by 120%. That is absolutely disgusting. You can pretty much completely slow down a unit to the point where they're not even fucking moving anymore. It's absolutely sickening. It really is. It's terrible. Can you imagine that shit? Like, you're to the point, and then a lot of these units are getting faster, but these older units, their like base speed would be fast or normal. So you can just imagine like dropping somebody's shit all the way to slow, and then their speed gets dropped to all the way to like 200 or some shit stat wise. They won't be moving nearly at all, and they're pretty much just be wide open to just get destroyed. And then that's not even counting how much damage he can do. His damage is monstrous itself. I mean, it's fixed damage for like 2 million whenever I use him. He's pretty much the auto king. You can pretty much put it on auto and he'll just clear everything. The only time you'll ever run into trouble against this Minato is if you're fighting an opponent who's immune to fixed damage. That's the only time you'll ever run into any trouble, I promise you. He'll just auto everything else other than that. That's pretty much what I do. Sometimes if I just like I don't feel like it, that's when I grind it. I can use whatever team I want to grind it. And like the Eno mission that's currently out, I'll pretty much just throw him on the team and then just have him auto everything. I don't have to do anything. And his second skill is Unique, Overthrow the Situation, fastest, char cost 70. What it does is his own skill damage and speed get buffed by 300%, and he'll grant the Encourage state. Any Encourage state, attack, defense, and speed get buffed by 30%, HP regen, and chakra recovery plus 10%. Now, oh yeah, and that's also what I just thought about. That's not even counting if you run the newest Kushina on with him. Oh my gosh. Run Kushina units with him, you'll never have any problems ever again. Just say that. I'm just gonna say that now. Alright, let's get into his abilities. His leader skill is Space Time Flash Leap, Curse type speed, and skill damage plus 60%. Like I said, that guy's shit is just, whatever. Ability 1, QB Chakra Yin, maximum chakra plus 100 and speed plus 100%. Ability 2, quick support, cast speed plus 1 and skill damage plus 100% HP when HP is above 50%. Now, he's already on fastest, so I mean, if you max Nindo him, he'll be on flash, give him some proper gear. you won't even notice this cast speed shit. It's crazy, man. He's meant to just be stuck on Flash for the rest of his life and do flat damage. It's absolutely monstrous. All right, now let's get into the next one character, and I guarantee you guys can already guess who it's gonna be. The homeboy Itachi, the man, the myth, the legend, the icon, Itachi himself. Let's get into this one. This man is an absolute monster. His only downside is that he HP cuts after every time he attacks. That's his only downside. Now sure, you can take a healer to kind of mitigate that, but still, he still does take a tremendous dip in health. But still, he's an absolute monster because he is so damn fast and does fixed damage. Let's get into it. Sharingan Totsuka Blade is fast, chalk out to 80. What it does is deal 400,000 fixed damage to one enemy with a high chance to seal. It reduces HP by 70%, like I said. If the enemy is under Genjutsu, he'll deal an additional hit, dealing 400,000 fixed damage. He can do additionals, and that's another thing I noticed about Itachi's. They can do additionals. It's really weird. It's crazy. His second skill is unique. How far can you see? Which is pretty much a reference to what he said to Sasuke when they were fighting for the Uchiha hideout. It's fastest, chalk out to 70. What it does is he has a high chance to reduce all enemies' attack, defense, and speed by 70%. He'll inflict the Genjutsu state and grant the Yatamira state. And the Yatamira state, he's immune to all skills except skill damage. I don't know what that means. I still don't know what that exactly means, but okay. And then skill damage gets buffed by 120%. I'm assuming that meant like fixed damage, but I wasn't sure. That might just be a typo in the database. But let's get into his abilities. Leader skill, Secret Eye Desire, Courage, Intellect, Type Speed, and skill damage plus 50%. Ability 1, Sealed Eye, maximum chakra plus 50, maximum HP and speed plus 100%. Ability 2, Eye of Genjutsu, skill damage and defense plus 100%, chakra recovery minus 50%. Chakra cost, my bad. But this dude right here is an absolute monster. He's another unit you can put on your PvP team. You could pretty much run him and Minato and the new guy anywhere and maybe take a healer, and then you'll just be fine. Just take you like a god tier healer, maybe the Hagoromo, and then just spam his second skill on Flash, spam their first skills, and charge up guy. You'll never have a problem with anything ever again. Courage units are busted in this game. They really are. Let's get into my man, Hagoromo Otsutsuki, Guardian of the Moon. Now, this man right here, when I did a showcase of him, I think I got him to hit for like 300 million or something crazy like that. He was absolutely busted when he came out. He was another character that was in a damaging event. I think all the characters I've listed so far besides the Hagoromo are in damaging events. And he's an absolute monster, man. He's 6-pass planetary devastation, fast, chalk cost is 100. What it does is deal 100 times attack to one enemy, ignoring 40% defense, chance to inflict the Moon Seal for 99,999 turns. Moon Seal action is disabled. He'll reduce HP by 20% per turn. Second skill is unique. Finally, it's time to end this. It's fast, chalk cost to 80. What it does is own attack speed and skill damage plus 100%. He'll grant the rally state. If one of the allies is intellect type, he'll grant the resolution state. To all allies in the resolution state, attack, defense, and speed plus 50%, chakra recovery plus 10%. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Bleh. Recovery 10%, HP and chakra when attacked. In a rally state, attack, defense, or speed plus 50%, HP regen and chakra recovery plus 15%. Ooh, that was a mouthful. Bleh. Now, what I did with this Hagoromo to get the best out of him, I max Nindo'd him. Then I gave him a cast speed boost for my free ability. Then I took the exclusive gear that came from the event. They gave him cast speed and put it on him. That way he'd be on Flash and he'd be attacking as the most he possibly can. And then that's pretty much it. You just let him speak for himself with the damage numbers. If you want to see what kind of damage he can do and what he does, just go check out my showcase I did of him. It's pretty much just the one with the big ass number on it and green and shit. His leader skill is Guardian of the Moon. Intellect and Courage type, maximum HP, attack and defense plus 80%. Ability 1, Bond with Hagoromo. Attack, defense, and speed plus 100% when HP is above 80%. Ability 2, Power with Byakugan, maximum HP and skill damage plus 100%, HP regen plus 10%. This dude is a monster, he still is. And I don't know, I have to go read again what the new Hagoromo does, but I'm still gonna say this Hagoromo is still better until I go read what the other one does. Maybe I'll do it later. I'm trying to stay on focus with this video right here. Now this Kakashi right here, he was a very sought out unit for me. I remember when I really started going hard on the summons in this game, I would get like 20 tags out of the summons, and then I would just go buy those 20 tag cost all festival unit tickets from the trading portion shop, and then I would just trade and see if I can get him. And I finally managed to get him. I don't use him that much. I don't use him as much anymore, but you know, hopefully with his birthday coming around, it's in September, I don't know exactly which day, but hopefully with his birthday coming around, we'll be able to get another really good Kakashi. Now, his first skill is Space Time, Kamui Raikiri. Its fastest, chart cost is 80. What it does is deal 7% plus 10,000 to one enemy with a chance to inflict the bleed state, and cast speed plus 1. Deal 10% while under the lightning god mode. Bleed state continues to lose HP with a chance to lower defense, which is fucking horrible because, you know, if you're lowering your defense, you're just gonna get hit harder every time. They might as well just stack this attack, but I don't think they were doing that too much back then when this Kakashi came out, so who knows. Alright, let's get into the second skill. Power of the Kamui. It's unique, fastest, not fastest, but fast, chart cost is 90. What it does, his own defense speed plus 120%. He'll grant the lightning god mode state. He'll protect Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, and Sakura Haruno, and himself, I'm pretty sure, while under the lightning god mode state. And in lightning god mode state, skill damage plus 150%. He's immune to single target skills to Kakashi and allies protected by a lightning god mode state. Does not protect against fixed damage, so keep that in mind, people. Don't think you're safe from Minato. You'll still get destroyed. It only protects against single target. No, wait, you would be safe from me. No, wait, no. Minato does fixed damage. I just said that. So, like I said, Minato will still just fucking throw you on the table and just have his way with you, man. This Kakashi is pretty good. The only reason I have him on his list is because he hits pretty hard. He's one of the cute characters I can think of at the top of my head that inflicts bleed, so he's kind of unique. And he protects Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura from skill damage. Sure, it's still a single target, but it's still pretty good. And hopefully in the future, I hope he's one of the characters that get a 7-stage buff, if he hasn't already. But I think it's the other Susanoo Kakashi that got it. His leader skill is Final Duty. Konoha characters maximum HP, attack, and speed plus 60%. Ability 1, Renown for Bravery, maximum HP plus 120%. Reduce all incoming skill damage by half. Chakra cost minus 50 when HP is above 50%. Ability 2, Entrusted Mangekyo, space time skill damage plus 150%. He's immune to debuffs and status effects. This Kakashi's still pretty good, and if he's on the list for characters you can get when you finally start this game up, I would recommend getting him. He's one of the characters I would recommend. This Naruto right here, man, I want this Naruto so goddamn bad, but he just will not drop for me. I swear he won't. He will not drop for me. I don't know why. I guess he just hates me. But let's get into it. His first skill is Lava. It's Sage style Lava Rasen Shuriken. It's pretty much a move he did on Madara when he woke up after he got that 6-path power up. It's fast, chart cost 120. What it does is deal 3% plus 10,000 to all enemies, the high chance to inflict the lava state. It'll deal 10 times more damage to Uchiha clan characters, which you're pretty much going to run into a lot because a lot of the Uchiha clan characters are like villains, like Obito and Madara. Maybe if you're fighting against Madara, you'll possibly be fighting against Izuna too. Of course, Sasuke, and then maybe Itachi, because you know he was an Akatsuki. So you know you're more likely to run against Uchiha units than like Hokages. Like the Sasuke does, who came out with him, does extra damage to Hokages, which is pretty much useless because you don't run against Hokages that much. But after that, he pretty much deals 1.5 times damage to enemies under the lava state. He does attack and defense minus 50%. But he'll cancel and prevent and affects the buffs and debuffs. Reduce HP per turn, maximum 100%. Jesus Christ, man. This Naruto is still really good. I wish I fucking had him. He would be perfect in damaging events because I don't know too many characters that are immune to lava style, so, or strong against it, so I could probably inflict his crazy ass shit and cut some defense. I really would love to have that in a damaging event. That way my units could hit even harder. His second skill is unique, changing everything. It's fast, chart cost 60. What it does is own skill damage plus 120%, cast speed plus 2, and grant the determined state and the resist state. In the determined state, attack, defense, and speed plus 100%. He'll recover 10% HP and chakra when attacked. He'll resist state, immune, and remove all negative status, debuffs, and genjutsu. So I think he should be able to remove Itachi's genjutsu state. So keep that in mind too. And if Itachi can't have his genjutsu state, I don't think he can land additionals. So this Naruto's pretty good. He can kind of slow down that Itachi. Well, not slow him down, but kind of weaken his damage. But still, getting hit for like 1,000,000 flat damage, and Itachi's fast as hell, it's not gonna help that much. It's just gonna delay the inevitable, pretty much, actually. Leader skill, Lava Infused Windblade, Courage type, maximum HP, attack, and skill damage plus 70%. Like I said, there's a lot of characters with better leader skills than that Might Guy. Ability 1, Bless 6 Path Sage Ninjutsu, maximum chakra plus 100, HP regen and chakra recovery plus 10%. Ability 2, Child of Prophecy, skill damage plus 100%, chance for chakra cost minus 50% per turn. That'll be amazing, especially with his high chakra cost of 120. Alright, let's get into this character right here. Madara Uchiha himself. This Madara came out almost a year ago. He came out in December, and it's September now, so you know, coming up on a year. And he's still pretty good. Pretty good. He's still pretty good. 6 paths. Heavenly Planet Destructions, fastest chart cost 70. What it does is deal 3% plus 10,000 to all enemies with a high chance to cancel action. That's another reason I put him on this list. He'll deal 5% more to 5 village characters. He'll deal 2% more to characters under the despair state. Part of the reason I put him on this list is because he's so damn fast, and on top of that, he has a chance to cancel action. And that's so helpful. Canceling, even if you don't hit that hard, if you could cancel someone's action and move fast enough to keep them canceled to where they never move or have a chance to do anything or defend themselves, he's damn good. He's become more of a support now because of that cancel of actions, but I mean, he's still pretty good. His second skill is Unique Utmost Dance. It's fast, chart cost 80. What it does is it has a high chance to lower all enemies' attack, defense, and speed by 50%, inflicted despair state. If the enemy is from the 5 villages, cast speed -2, which is pretty devastating. And the despair state, he'll remove all attack, defense, and speed buff with a chance to cancel action after that turn. So even his second skill has a chance to cancel the actions. So if you can get this Madara on Flash, you'll pretty much have somebody to the point where they can't move. And if they can't move, then yeah. Now I wish I had this Madara. That way I could just cancel everyone's fucking action and then have Itachi, the guy, and you know, Minato just sit there and just clean up in PvP. Like if I had this team in PvP, this team would be absolute cancer. If he could give chakra, that would just make him the most broken support type character ever in the fucking game. Just can you imagine that, just recovering a whole bunch of HP and chakra and canceling action? That's too much. Leader skill Infinite Moon, none type characters maximum HP and skill damage plus 80%. That's really good. Ability 1, Long Standing Scheme, HP regen and chakra recovery plus 10%. For 7 turns, he's immune to all skill damage except for Sage, Taijutsu, and 6 paths, which pretty much is the jutsus that kicked his ass in the war. Ability 2, Self-Award is Strength, chakra plus 150, maximum HP and skill damage plus 150%. Like I said, this Madara is an absolute monster. His gear is right here if you guys want to check it out. Pretty much can just copy and paste this and just throw it up in a translator to see what it does. It's really good gear. It really is. I hope when his birthday comes back around, or maybe we get a new Madara before then, but I would still like to pull this Madara, not only for collection purposes, but I would still run him because I would like to have another good character that can cancel actions besides just like the pain. Let's get into this. Fist Bump Naruto. He got a 7-stage buff, I want to say 3 months ago, maybe, not quite sure, 2-3 months ago, but he just recently got a 7-stage buff, and he's one of the characters you can choose from when you're a new player to the game. For all you who don't know, when you first start the game, they let you choose a EX unit, and he's one of the units I would recommend choosing. He's probably the unit I would recommend choosing besides the other old Itachi. Now his first skill is Sage style Tail Beast Bomb. His fast shot costs 70. What it does is deal 3% plus 12,000 to all enemies. He'll deal more damage the less enemies there are. The max is 5 times against 5 enemies. The maximum 25 against 1 enemy. Now it's on it's a AoE jutsu. Excuse me, I couldn't think of it. It's AoE, so it'll hit everybody. So you know, it's just he's still really good. He still can hold up his own. I wish I would, you know, work up the courage to max Nindo him, but like I said, Naruto's birthday is next month, and if they made like a new version of this Fist Bump Naruto, but better than this one, even after he got his 7-stage buff, man, I don't know, y'all. I just I have a horrible gut-wrenching feeling that a new Naruto is gonna come out next month that's gonna be busted as fuck, especially since they have to make up for that Sasuke who wasn't as busted on his birthday, and that shit was terrible. His second skill is unique, wishing to deploy power. It's faster, short cost 60. What it does is recover a small amount of HP to all allies. He'll recover a large amount of chakra and grant the resonance state to characters from the 5 villages. And the resonance state, skill damage plus 20%, attack plus 40%. The resonance state can be stacked up to 3 times, including other resonance states from other characters. Here's another character you can use in a damaging event, especially if the character is from the Leaf Village, to boost the skill damage and attack, since attack factors into your skill damage. So if you took him and a character that could cut defense, you could increase your attack and skill damage power, and you could decrease the enemy's defense, leading you to cause devastating numbers. He's part of the reason that a lot of people used him in a unit that can cut defense in damaging events. They didn't have to pull the unit. They could just take a unit that could hit hard and take him and somebody else in a damaging event, and then just score extremely high without even having to pull that featured character for that damaging event. It was unfair, and I'm kind of glad that that's gone with this new guy event, and you pretty much need the character, because it's like, if you can score high in a damaging event, what's the point of pulling for the character? You might as well save your stones for like a crazy banner and still score high enough in the event to get stones and materials and that exclusive gear. Now let's get into his abilities. His leader skill is 2 forces, intellect, courage type, maximum HP and skill damage plus 40%. Ability 1, Hagoromo Yang, maximum chakra plus 100, cast speed plus 1. Ability 2, merging of Sage and Tail Beast power, maximum HP and skill damage plus 150% and speed plus 30%. Now, since he got a 7-stage buff, I don't know if the database has updated it. I think these are the updated stats, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, if you want to know if you have this Naruto, you can go check and see. You know what I mean? Just replace what the numbers with whatever the number says in the game. I think this is updated, but like I said, I'm not entirely sure. Now, this one right here, this one was kind of hard. It was a toss-up. I didn't want to have this go on forever, so I'm just gonna say it was a toss-up between this Tobirama right here, who was the at one point one of the fastest units in the game, and he went fucking crazy. He went crazy. He was like me. He was like the Minato before he even came out. He was extremely fast. He hit extremely hard, and he had highest cast speed. He was really good. This is the Hashirama that came out at the time with him. Now, running these two on the team together would just be absolutely monstrous because he's so fast and his Hashirama is so damn good. This is, I guess, if I had to pick a number 10 spot, I would just give it to him. Just go ahead and just give it to this Hashirama right here. I would give it to this Naruto, but this Naruto needs to be on Team 7 to get the maximal usefulness out of him. Like you see right here in the second skills, the skill damage 100% when Sasuke is on the team. He'll recover 50% HP when Sakura is on the team. And his cast speed will be buffed by 3 when Kakashi's on the team. So you pretty much want to run him with a Team 7 team. So that's part of the reason I didn't put him on the team, on the list. But he's like an honorable mention. It's really between these two, the Hashirama and the Tobirama, and they both came out at the same time, so you know they're pretty good. Well, like I said, if I had to pick one, I would just pick the Hashirama. It's wood stab D4 is bloom, it's fast, chalk costs 120. What it does is deal 3% plus 12,000 to all enemies with a chance to inflict the flower state. The flower tree state, excuse me. He'll deal more damage the more HP Hashirama has. The max is 10 times. This skill ignores resistance to enemies under the flower tree state and skips their actions. Like I said, he's busted as hell. The flower tree will reduce HP every turn, max to 60%, and gradually lower attack and defense. His second skill is unique. Alright, let's finish this. It's fast, chalk out to 60. His own skill damage gets buffed by 150%, cast speed plus 1, and he's immune to all skills. Like I said, I don't think that includes fixed damage, but I can't really remember. I don't really run him like that. His leader skill is Blooming Fate, courage type maximum HP and attack plus 40%, HP regen plus 10%, ability 1, one of a kind wood style, maximum chakra plus 100, attack and skill damage plus 200%, ability 2, endurance resolution, maximum HP plus 120% and HP plus 10%. Now here's his gear right here. And yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it for this one right here. I went through it. Here's my top 10 of the courage units in the game. And the database is right here if you want to, guys want to go ahead and check it out. Now, I'll do this again and then go through and do the intellect types and the body types and the techniques and the hearts and all that shit like that. I'll be sure to go through that and check it out and tell you guys what I think the top 10 units of those lists for those characters are. Now that's pretty much it for this video right here. Hop back on them over to my Twitter. Make sure you guys go ahead and give me a follow and click right here too to give the Shinobi collection not YouTube but Twitter account a follow too. That way you are aware of all the retweet rewards, and whenever it's time to retweet some stuff, you can go do it. But I'm just gonna be off for this video right here. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that bullshit. This been your boy BlazeHood. Peace out.